All right, rhythmically, things sounded good. So what I noticed that I'd like to work on fixing is letting go of strings early. So I noticed that when you were going from the A5 to the E5, you would not... Sometimes you would take your hand off soon, and sometimes you wouldn't. So it's not consistent. But many times, going from the A5 to the E5, you would go... take your fingers off for that final upstroke before changing the chord, but we don't want to do that. Much like changing chords like this, we want to wait until the full chord is strummed before changing. Similar idea to changing chords like this. So that's what we're going to focus on this week, making sure we do not take the fingers off the chord early. So the D5 chord, I'll be using my first and second fingers. For the E5 and A5, I like to just bar. But if you like using these two fingers, that's fine. Whatever gets the job done, that's fine. If you can get your thumb over the top to mute the lower unused strings, that would also be better. Because another thing I noticed was, especially at faster tempos, the A5 chord was basically an A5 over E because that low E string wasn't being muted anymore. But I believe you were muting it on some of the slower speeds. So if you can get that thumb over the top to mute the low E string when you play the A5, that's good. Just barely touching that E string. For the D5, you'll bring it over just a little bit more and barely touch the E and the A string. Barely touch it. This way, if you accidentally hit it, you don't have that ringing out. So that's all the strings right there. All 6 strings being hit. But because I'm muting it correctly, we don't hear the unused strings. Or unwanted strings, I should say. All right, here we go. 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So, any questions, let me know, and I'll see you again in the next video.